Hi. Oh, God. Hi. There we go. Yikes. I thought I was ready. Probably should have had some water or something first. Hello, everybody. And welcome to the stream. You guys already know who I am. Bespyglass. I'm here alone today. For now, at least. And we're doing Presidio Bay, actually. It's my first time streaming this. Testing some mods and things that let me play this at not only a playable frame rate, but like a good frame rate, which you guys can tell. Like, it's awesome. So, little sneak peek for the next episode. It's just the LOD is weird on that. Anyway, little sneak peek on the next episode. You'll be able to see we've built out a lot of Encinal, which is Oakland. You can see it just looks spectacular. Just so good. Yeah, lots of steam trains still. We got steam trains running down the road. We got steam trains running on the road. We got steam trains running up the road. You know, four-way Grand Junction. Not Grand Junction, but a four-way junction of steam trains all there. Excuse me. Ugh. Anyway, so you can see a lot of the work we've done. Really sorry about the delay on this next episode, which is just, it's much longer than we were hoping for. But this required a lot more assets that we wanted to get really, really special, or do really specially. So this is all not quite done. It's all zoned. I need to touch some stuff up, but you can see we have some wonderful houses from Evametry. As well as Seabud, who's done an enormous amount of work for us and work with us to let us get these. So we've been busy. Interurban Era took some time in the asset editor to decorate a bunch of these so we can just kind of zone and go now, which is awesome. So all this was fixed up and done today. But one thing I'm focusing on... Oh, hang on. You guys can't hear game sound or anything. That's weird. There we go. And it might actually be a little loud. There. So now you guys can hopefully hear game sound. Can't wait for the East Bay to upgrade to the big red cars, the SP. Yeah, no red cars yet. Or no East Bay electric lines yet. But we are dealing with their main competitor this episode, which also took a little bit of time to set up. The key system. So we have our interurbans on our map, finally. And actually one of the things that was taking me a little while, I did some custom catenary networks and things that are a little higher than I had thought. Interesting. I should drop them down. But no networks really were set up for this. So like, we'd gotten away with using some custom conduit trolley networks over in Santa Isadora, the San Francisco side. Because those worked well enough. So we have, these are the conduit trolley ones, which don't work perfectly on the hills. We're still looking for a better solution there. But they work nicely most of the places. That's conduit trolley, which is not quite the cable lines we need. You can see, here we go. Market Street's got the four conduit lines right now. But those work pretty well as cable car lines. We have actual cable tracks somewhere. I'm not quite sure why we don't use them. But yeah, these are the actual cable tracks, which are set to proper. You can see they're set to proper cable car narrow gauge and everything. But that obviously just wouldn't do now that we're dealing specifically with like the company that invented the pantograph. We needed to do catenary, so it took a little while to get that all set up. So, finally, with Interurbans... Oh, those are props. Why are they not moving? Let me clear those out of the way. With Interurbans, and they'll be running... I'll find some running ones. They're somewhere around here. What the heck is this? Get out of here. I just downloaded the collection, which I think has some extra stuff. That's right. Key system. Here we go. You see some stuff running. Now that's what we're talking about. Like, some nice interurban lines. How was I able to get the 4-track on market to work? Aurora the 4 was accomplished with a custom network that just interfaces. It's the wide and the narrow, which, thank God, actually turns out to be realistic for us, because different companies operated the outer and inner tracks, so they actually never touch. The inside track is a totally separate network from the outside. So right now we have the outside basically just go express straight through and join up with the Embarcadero line here at the ferry building, which looking fantastic in its post-earthquake scaffolding. But anyway, Santa Isidora, San Francisco, is not what we are focusing on this episode. We're going to be focusing over here in Oakland, in Encinal. And my mission here today, one of the last couple things I want to take care of, it is labeled, just not quite perfectly, is to hit up the more shipyards. And earlier, Miles usually does a first pass at all the stuff on the map. He's got the right setup for all sorts of awesome historic research. And then before recording, I will come through and detail. So he passed this to me a couple weeks ago, and I feel very badly because I've just been super duper busy over those 2 weeks. But I'm finally ready. I figured I'll stream it, and we can get these shipyards detailed. So that's great. We'll also get the Alta yards, which I can mark out as well. These are the Alta's yards. Which I'll just trace out. What's the music playlist? Been enjoying it. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's this is literally just, I just went and grabbed all the music, all from Epidemic Sound, all the music that we've used so far in Presidio Bay. Lynch District. Ha! Alta Yards. Alright. What the? Alta Yards. Anyway. Random question about the Bay Area. Will we be touching any of the old steamboats that went up the Sacramento River? So we do have, up past this way is like Suisun Bay, equivalent. So this is, here we go. So we have like Sausalito, Angel Island, Alcatraz, Yerba Buena, and up this way. So I think we are going to have some ferry routes up there. We're working with the Vametry to get some nice small ferry boats, which will be critical. Right now, the ferry boat that we have is the Redwood Empire Eureka, which is just this incredible beast that's so odd. Look at that. It's got spinning paddle wheels and everything. It's amazing. But we got some smaller ones working on. This one we found plans for. Other ones, much harder to find plans for. We've been reaching out to museums and other places, and I think we just finally got a lock on some plans today. So yeah. Tracy Taco says, when is the Sacramento Northern coming? Well, I've got good news. It's coming pretty soon. Of course, it will exist. And as I was making our key system assets, which as you can tell because they're orange and they have the key system logo. It's one of the only places where we're actually using the real company. I also have a Sacramento Northern one, the Capital Northern. Obviously Sacramento, not really named Sacramento in this world. So we do have the asset already. We're getting ready for it. Somebody asked, what year is it currently in Presidio Bay? Presidio Bay right now, so it's becoming a little discontemporaneous. We're working on different parts. The game map says 2047, which is wrong. But each episode roughly is like, I think we're roughly looking at stuff, and we're going to be talking with things that happened for this episode, since it's the first one where we talk about Oakland. 1906, we actually talk about a little bit of stuff before the earthquake, down here with the Alta Yards and everything. But the kind of meat of the episode is after the earthquake, the next kind of 2-3 years afterwards. So around 1909, The next episode is also going to be kind of around maybe 1910, 1911 or so. As we push back, then we're going to be looking at the waterfront. So this is already being worked on, so I don't want to show too much. But 1911 or so, and we're moving towards the end of the season, which will be 1915 with the Pan-Pacific International Exposition, which I know I just said we didn't want to do that, but we've got our Port of Santa Isidora lettering. We actually have some additional signage for the Panama Pacific already for the ferry building, which is going to be amazing. So that's going to be the end of the series. Will be kind of rebuilt. Then subsequent ones will actually go a little faster. This one, obviously, we have so much to set up and explain, and so much change. All the other ones will be just like overlaying another 10, 15 years onto the existing city map. So when is San Jose Diridon coming? Diridon, I think, was built in the 1920s. So the big terminal, the big train station that's going to kind of cap off the end of season 1 is going to be 3rd and Townsend, the giant SP depot built for the Pan Pacific. And then I believe season 2, we're actually going to get both 16th Street, which we've marked out. This is where it's going to be. This is the Southern Pacific Main. So 16th, this marsh obviously all gets filled in. But that'll get 16th Street, and then it's going to get Diridon over here, which we've already marked out where it's going to go. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. I think one of these, this is the Mission branch, which we have, and the other modern route is going to come down this way through Bayshore, all these places. Sure, the docks and piers in Oakland. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be working on, actually. The piers we'll start out with. I'll just show real quick. It's the key system, or sorry, not the key system. Geez, this is the Coast Range Mole, the Southern Pacific Mole, which is huge and amazing. Interurban Air is basically taking care of this all by himself, and it's spectacular. We have this metro platform we should ask about. Try to figure out what the heck that actually is for. And then maybe get this bridge swapped out. I don't know. We'll see. I'm becoming very, very picky with assets. But this is the mole. The mole, excuse me. I believe this is not its like final form either. I think it got even fancier at some point, and we have assets we're gonna use for that. Nothing commission. This is the key system, key route pier, which also gets fancier at some point. This is a little bit tossed together for this episode. There's not great reference for it. Basically, these things were all wood and burned down all the damn time. So, yeah, we're trying to figure out ways to try to make everything work and look right, but also not get too bogged down. Down here, we have the South Pacific Coast Ferry Terminal, their mole. And in here, we have the Inner Oakland Harbor, more shipyards, which is what we're going to be working on, so it's kind of roughed in. But now that we have the Western Pacific, or the Alta, in, I'm going to be adding some of their routes. Going to be expanding the shipyards a little bit. Howard Terminal, it's obviously not Howard Terminal yet. We're just marking out space for later. We have a bunch of awesome waterfront industries and piers and things. This is Jack London Square. You can actually see this train line here will never move. It's just going to stay there in the street until modern day. We've got the 2 bridges to Alameda here, which is Peralta Island. All marshy up here. That's going to become the naval base at some point. We've got the amazing Alaska packing ships fleet, which is really cool. And then over here, Jingletown, this sort of stuff. This should be a lift bridge, but I haven't made the asset for it yet. Bay Farm Island, we talked about this. It's kind of hilarious. Peralta here was a peninsula, but they dug a channel, and they used what they did. They got digging the channel to turn a peninsula into an island. They used it to turn Bay Farm Island into a peninsula, which is kind of hilarious. So, yeah, anyway, Diridon's going to go down there. I was working on trying to get some of this stuff. You see a lot of this. So what do you guess what scale? This is, it depends. It's not a clean scale. So San Francisco, you can obviously see, like, the city is not the top half the peninsula. So different parts are compressed in different ways. Miles in urban era is incredible at doing selective compression. So we really, let me get rid of all the labels so you can see. You can really tell it feels big, it feels huge, but we have the whole region in. He took such incredible care to make sure we maintained sight lines and maintained kind of all the important pieces that, like, right, you know, we're gonna have Sausalito, we're gonna have some Marin County stuff. We've got, you know, the Golden Gate Bridge spot, and you can see the little arrow we have as a secret marker for where it's gonna go. Fort Point's already in, but like it's all scaled up perfectly to make sure that, you know, the view down Columbus, so this building, the Montgomery block, it's where the Transamerica Pyramid is now, and it's squared up down Columbus perfectly to get you to look straight down to Ghirardelli Square and everything, and it's gonna be straight across to the bridge, just like real life. Like, so it's not perfectly to scale. Obviously, like, Soma is more than like 5 or 6 blocks deep. But it's really carefully done to make it feel right. So some parts are 1-to-1, actually. I think we're gonna do like the ferry building itself is 1-to-1, and I think the plaza and everything we're gonna do 1-to-1, Embarcadero Center, just like the Hyatt where we could fit it. Some parts are 1-to-1, some parts are smaller than 1-to-1, some parts are eliminated completely or combined. So this here is like the Santa Cruz Mountains, Los Gatos Creek. So like we've kind of put Los Gatos and everything, which is an important sort of railroad town. We shifted it up slightly towards like Cupertino, Saratoga, those sorts of places. So we've kind of rearranged and squished around. Like Pacifica is tiny, and then like Pacifica's, I guess, here, Half Moon Bay is tiny, and then we've got a little bit of space for like a combined sort of Santa Cruz Capitola, which will be really cool. But again, like it's really going to be a condensed sort of thing. It's going to be like San Francisco, Hunters Point, the airport, and then like Mountain View, pretty much right away. But that's kind of what's important too, right? You don't necessarily need, you know, all these, South City, Thornton, I think, is the space where the airport's going to be. South San Francisco, like, we've got Sign Hill here, already labeled as the industrial city, which is hilarious. San Mateo's going to be here with the airport off to the side, you know. It's neat. Dad's family lived in San Jose before the war. Excited to see how he handled the Japanese history. Yeah, me too. I'm excited to get to cover it. Like, part of what's so interesting about this that we haven't really touched, we touched slightly on with like Chinese relocation and everything. There's some dicey political and like really bad racist stuff that happened here, and we're gonna cover it. I don't want to be like I'm excited to cover it because that sounds really bad, but like I really think we can show and bring like gross bad stuff happened. It was not good. You know, it's not all cool trains and the Alta and the Coast Range and the third rail interurban that we have over here, which is neat, which is real. That is gone. Anyway, somebody else said, are the interurban cars, sorry, I'm trying to read chat a bunch. Are the interurban cars trams or trains? I have them loaded in as both. Which will be really cool. So we have them in as trams and trains. Right now, I only have them running as trams, so they can do proper, that's a trolley. I don't know what I have on running on what route. Here we go. Taking the Key System underpass. Thankfully dry right now. It floods quite a lot. Oh, what a shot. Look at that. So right now I have them loaded in only as trams, but we also have them as trains, just in case. In fact, I think at some point we're gonna do a sneaky transition at the underpass or something like that and turn them into trains for the Trans Bay crossing, which will be fun. Obviously, we're all primed up for our Bay Bridge, which will basically take this exact path. Yeah. Am I interested in cities because there are trains, or into trains because there are cities? Both differently, I guess. It's such a weird thing. I've been in trains for longer than I've been into cities, but like, just the way that people can make cities work and happen and everything is amazing. Look at this. We've got our street running. It's glorious. It's beautiful. That car just got annihilated by the train. Anyway, all right. So we've done the grand tour. Super secret grand tour full of spoilers. It is now time to do what we came here to do. And to do this terminal, or this shipyard. I'm thinking it's labeled Matson Terminal, or Howard Terminal, which is the Matson Terminal. Shipyard. So I have a little bit of reference for it. Trying very hard to keep things nice and properly researched and everything, but sometimes for slightly more minor stuff, we're going to do some freelancing, and that's a little bit of what we're going to do today. A lot of decal work, a lot of freelance work, a lot of trying to squeeze stuff in, which will be really exciting. Yeah. So let's get to work. I have a map, which you guys can't quite see. It's a little early, so it doesn't quite tell me everything I need, slightly annoyingly. Let me tab over. I know I have a photo somewhere. Hopefully you guys are still seeing the game. Yeah, you are. Excellent. It means I finally have my setup set up. I have a photo from the Archive of California. Oh my god, nicely high res. Oh my god, extremely high resolution. From 1911, which is 1918. Okay, so it's a little more built, right? It's seen World War I. But you can definitely tell what the new buildings are. That's the building that he's already built. So I know you guys can't see this. I'm sorry about that. But trying to get this working right. Okay. So obviously we have trains here. So it looks like we come off the WP. What's a little tricky is this is where some of the selective compression has come in a little harder than normal. With this shipyard, we're Western Pacific customers, which means they need to use this lower railroad. This is going to be an exciting part. I'm like, whoa, an exciting part. It's going to be a big part of the this episode. Is the Western Pacific. So I need to figure out, do I want to pull them in off the main and go all the way around? Probably not. I think I'm going to pull them off their yard track and maybe split the Y here. Anyway, funny to see the locomotives in the back of trains. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out ways to get those fixed. So just to distract us once again. Whoops. Sorry about that. Just to distract us all once again. Oh god, that's the slider I meant to do, not nighttime. And weather off as well. Of course, these are two bad examples. Other people can manage to flip trains really easily with submeshes and things. Here's a good example. But for mine, and for these, the order of the consist is pretty important. And if we were to just flip it around, and I know that it's more realistic than just backing them up, but if we were to just flip the train around and put the locomotives and do locomotive, coach, combine, RPO, baggage, that just doesn't quite work as well. So I'm working on ways. I'm talking with a couple modders to see if there's any sort of a way to make sure that they always drive forwards. Is the altar supposed to be the Western Pacific? Yes, it is. So, both to dodge like copyright stuff, to get a little bit of extra leeway in terms of what we can texture, and also to be able to combine different things. We are using fake names and things. People have asked this, and right now it does feel pretty stupid for Presidio Bay. Because we've only focused on San Francisco or Santa Isidora, which is San Francisco not 1-to-1, but like directly equivalent, and Encinal now, which is Oakland directly equivalent. It's a little stupid, but once we get kind of farther down, we have some towns that are going to combine and be multiple. So it's pretty important for us to have to do kind of fake names and things, because that lets us pick kind of the most interesting stories from multiple places and kind of transpose and not have to worry about like hyper accuracy with real names. So like Los Perros here, obviously it's Los Gatos, but it's the dogs. That probably won't stick. I need to build this out at some point. But like we've transposed this north, and we're going to be combining it with Saratoga and other nearby places, and Cupertino, which is Cupertino. We're just kind of reshuffling things and combining them, because like Los Gatos has a really interesting story of being a railroad town. They pulled the railroad out. Here's the railroad. Obviously this grade didn't really exist. That's a hell of a grade. Again, the stuff we haven't shown is all roughed in, which is pretty funny. Drawbridge and Alviso are going to be fun. This stuff all ends up underwater, which is hilarious. And the train line's still there. You can go through it. This town basically exists just like this, just sunken into the mud now. Will I create another episode of Gramercy? Probably not for a while, unfortunately. I want to, and I've actually, like, once I can get a good cadence going with Presidio Bay, I really want to reboot Gramercy. As something I can do kind of, I would be like more quickly, but something I can do more quickly. And, you know, be able to try to get like Gramercy's out where I don't have to do research or custom assets as much. Anyway, but when I reboot it, there's a lot of stuff. That map and everything wasn't great, so I'm gonna see if I can copy paste some stuff in. I don't even know if it loads anymore. If I'm honest. But the idea, the map in the series is over, but the idea is decidedly not over. I really want to do more work exploring New York City in City Skylines. So yeah, that's it. All right, so this came in off a maze, sort of an S curve. I don't really want to do that. And it came in to go just sort of north of here. So maybe I'll actually S-curve it a little bit backwards. Whoops. So one thing, and I almost can't believe this, one thing that the Interurban era did was he actually went and did correct ballast colors. So North American Rails, which is the train track mod that we're using, and that I have installed slightly wrong for our series again by remembering to do the prop pack, which I need to remember to unsubscribe from because it's got props that are a little too modern for us. But North American Rails features colorable ballast, which, whoops, I don't really want that. Ooh, episode 1 song, throwback. Wow, rough. Let's see, can I pop this to be smooth? There we go. It's not great. rusty at trying to get some of this stuff. Let's get all my snappings off. Much smoother. All right, perfect. So this comes out, and a little funky here, but it's actually not the worst cross. There we go. Now that's a proper diamond. Cool. Awesome. So that's good rail service for our spur here, or a good spur for rail service here. And do a second track. Stop snapping. Don't snap. And we're gonna switch it in here. Yeesh, that does not look right. There we go. Nice. So we can now switch. We've got trains serving the shipyard here. Let's get them nice and close. Ugh. Again, it's all screwy. There we go. A little weird, but less weird than that. One slight issue of not having railways amazing nodeless tracks, but we'll see. I feel like North American tracks is so much easier to use than railway. I know a lot of people will disagree with that, but I find it easier, and especially later once we can use all the automatic props, it's gonna be super useful. Alright, let's level everything out. There we go. Nice broad switch. That's what I'm talking about. That's some good geometry. Excellent. Watching from Ireland, 1:30 a.m. My God, man, why? So that's it. If you're watching, thank you for watching. And this probably won't stay afterwards, so now's your only chance to get to watch, really. Alright, let's do that. I'll hit that with terraforming networks. Okay, and we've got a little bit of rail running onto the piers here. I'm going to do this as double track. I'm going to risk forcing ground here. And do that. Yikes. That is what I was afraid of. Hilarious. Just align everything down. These are going to be some ridiculously dry docks with this much land. I may have to drop this down to just a single track. I have to filter my selection to nodes. Yeah, I think the width is just a little too wide here. Oh boy, that is also quite wide. Yeah, that'll work. All right, cool. So I'll just favor it towards one side here. You can be dragged in. So a nice sharp curve at the back of this. Just not move it. Drag a track. That's a tight curve, but oops, should be pretty okay considering how short cars were back in the era that we're working in. I can broaden it just a bit. There we go. Super. That's plenty broad. This is no high-speed trackage. This is stuff that a crappy little switcher would be taken care of. Oh my god, all the snapping is killing me. I now realize that I did not necessarily turn off the snapping. And that didn't snap together. Cool! That looks really good, I think. Time to do the same sort of thing here to get a track down this pier. So these would be really useful in our era, since they would load. They'd just be like they bring in raw materials, raw lumber, raw kind of anything, and raw ship materials, really. And you'd be able to turn them into a full ship. It would not go under the crane like this, though, so we're gonna have to move the crane. How do you make the assets from Patreon work in game? So if you're a Patreon subscriber at the $5 tier, you get a bunch of the assets that we use. You can make them work in game. You have to copy them to your local mods folder, your local assets folder, which is in your City Skylines app data directory. So it's your username. You might need to either use run command. You should be able to search. Leave a message for me on Patreon. I might do a quick walkthrough video for it because it'll be easier for me to describe it like that than like this. All right, so we have those two. What do we have? All right. So we've got some square buildings here. Oh my god, that's right. We have the name. That's a little not quite right. If there's a straight version of this roundhouse, I'd be all over it. This will be perfect for some. Let me just stick it there. Thank you, Vanya. Please select all its sensor. Oh my god, it's perfect. Oh no, it's just slightly too big. Heartbreak. It's slightly too big. Also too big. Also too big. And weird on the roof. Very large. Very large. No! We can use the open-sided warehouse here. I'm just gonna put that right here to square off this track some. Cool. Lots of... What are you? You're big. What are you? You're very much street facing. You're nice though. It's the Gramercy Boomer Edition. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know what? It's a little... See, bolt nut and screw company not quite gonna do it. Victorian mills. Not quite. I need something that can... There's so many things that, like, don't quite work, but are very close to working. Here's a Victorian one. See, we're building a little too late for the Georgian mill stuff. Those to me scream East Coast much more than West Coast. What are you? Old Workshop Paris. That's close. I actually want to duplicate this. Put one of them right here. What's the weird church-like building? You mean this one? This one, it almost collapsed. See, that's why we had to surround your great work with scaffolding, Armesto. We had to cover it all up for a little while. Look at that, though. He's got our flags. It's amazing. One thing I cannot believe he did this. Is this right? Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, never mind. Armesto, this is a 50-star flag. I don't know why it's black right now. It must be on my ambient occlusion. Is it? No, it's not. I don't know. My ambient occlusion's all messed up. Is this the... I can't remember. I was pretty sure this is not a 50-star flag, and this was whatever was correct. Ayo, yeah. This is what I get. Yeah, it's not a 50-star flag. That's correct for 1906. I thought so. That's crazy. That's hilarious. I almost cannot believe that we managed to get such an incredible asset for this. Anyway, sorry. You guys keep distracting me. Everybody's distracting me. Aren't you guys in Europe? Isn't it like just ungodly hours right now? Go to bed. This is actually not the best for here. This workshop might be a decent... man, I feel bad. These have like a very specific look that I'm going for, but I cannot nail it. Honestly, this is close. From what I can see, the sawtooth is not quite right. The roll-up doors. I'm getting very picky. I have the time right now, so I'm being very, very, very picky when I probably shouldn't necessarily be quite so picky. Shaking really good from low pretty. Yeah. Man, I'm so excited to get to the like later earthquake. It feels very weird to say, like, oh, I'm pumped for these later earthquakes. But like, that's again a little too early. This, of course, I already used it. Just like, oh, that's great. Vanilla probably not gonna do it for me. If I had to guess, I'd say that vanilla probably not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna hold on to that for later. Some Titan stuff might work. Dude, I need just a little too East Coasty. What the hell are you? Oh, I'm a dry dock. Not quite. I need small buildings. These are all huge. Oh, this will be good. Surely, right? No. Damn it. Damn. Yeah, all the sawtooth stuff. There's like a little office that I think had to be either compressed out or it's much bigger than that, but it's going to be squeezed down into that look. What is the tiniest one of these? Are they all huge? Oh no, they're all very big. What are you? Oh, that's a nice building. Not quite that side. What are you? Okay. Textures are not the best. If I can darken it though, and it looks like I can. I do not love the windows on that. That is not the most amazing asset, but it's the right shape and size, damn it. Berkeley Claire, you were so close. I'd love an update to that with some higher quality textures. Man, I'm very close to, I think we decided today it's time for procedural objects, which I was trying hard not to have to use, but I think it's time. Alright, so it was a little bit kind of kitty corner here. I'll do it like that, because I think that will look nice, and it kind of lines up even. I know it's in the middle of the train tracks. I'll address that. I think that works. This is like a big messy complex. $45 flags. This is already past 1908. Yeah, you know, that's you found yourself some job security here for updating flag files. Followed by no controller. We have no controller. It's right here. I'm terrified because it seems like sometimes it breaks saves, which is extremely scary. But we have no controller, which is cool. No controller is super cool. All right. So one thing that this area looks like it really had was just an absurd amalgamation of a ton of little buildings and just small stuff. Going all there. Actually, not much back there. So I could probably have one of these guys here-ish. Again, the photo I'm looking at's a little later, so I'm trying to avoid using stuff that's kind of clearly a little later. Okay, so that looks like it's also the shipyard. Yeah, so that came down. It's like a big parts yard. Okay, that's what I can use this for. Perfect, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. Let me put the crane, or a little crane, derrick thingy up here. I can hide one in the building. Yeah, actually, that's kind of cool. It's slightly too high. Damn it. Anyway, all right, we got a couple derricks and things. All right, it's time for some roads, though. You don't really have like an entrance, though. How did this dock house? It is the end, unfortunately. Alright, time to cheese it. Dirt Rural Road. I love these Byronics. They're great. Do not collide. We're just gonna do not snap to anything. So do not snap to anything. just gonna straight down the middle here. And I'm gonna upgrade you and upgrade you. And you actually don't connect to anything either, so it's gonna be time to cross the Southern Pacific. And they're trying to figure out. I'm just slightly too dumb to be able to figure out how to swap out these crossing gates for something a little better. I know they exist. I know such an asset exists, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how to get that set up with Railway Replacer, which is a mod we already have too. I can actually clean that up. Why use 2 nodes when you can just use 1? And same story here actually, but with the asphalt. I love these rural roads. They came at such a perfect time for us. We just kind of bend it around that building. Excellent. Our shipyards have some semblance of road access. We're going to cross the tracks. We need roads kind of all over. Though, since these have no... is that really a note here? Yep. Oops. Pause brake key. What is that even for? I'll come back and fix that in a second. Just do that, and now I can lower that. Let me grab all these nodes that have to interact with each other and set them all at the same height. Whoops. And set them all one little bit lower than that. Perfect. It's coming along already. That's the crane prop. Get that out of here. Alright, so that's what I'd have to do to do that. So I'll move it off the side. Alright, let's get my crane prop. Back to where it can fit. Cool. Am I sick? I don't think I'm sick. I hope not. Are the cobblestone roads used in Santa Ana's door in the workshop? Some are. The tram versions aren't. Those were given to me by a modder, and then I've modified them on my own. I need to check with the person who originally made them to figure out if I can share them in any way. I'd like to. I'd really like to share them because they're cool. But they're the Paris 1900 roads if you can find them. All right, shipyards. I'm just going to scoot that down so we can kind of continue the road. Which we'll just do kind of here, then down here. It's working. It's working. And we will come up and just kind of cross. So we're really kind of shaking out all these things. I'm gonna do something a little sneaky and do that as well. So shipyard's gonna have a couple stockpiles of lumber and materials, which I can just grab. Ooh, those are train cars sitting there. Alright, so you've got that little stockpile, and then they're gonna have this stockpile, and just to get things extra detailed, and this song kind of slaps. You know what? You might think I sound sick because I'm talking a little quietly. I don't know why. I'm the only person home right now, so I should be just talking full volume, but It feels like it's super late because it's been dark for several hours. So I'm trying to speak very quietly, even though I do not have to. Yeah. Oops, shoot. I was going to say, I'm going to try to go the extra mile for detail and keep these planks rotated in the same way that a train car would drop them off. But then I just forgot to do that. Alright, and let's do that. So these guys were railroad rivals, so I feel like a fence might be in order. We'll see how much of this stays. Everything I'm building, I either very quickly get it to fence all custom. Do you not have any like draggable wooden fence? I do not want to have to use props. Old farm fence. Forestry fence looks like what I might want. Fence off the Coast Range Railroad. We don't want them here. Nodes, please. Though, I think we have to give them a little more space than what I've given them. There we go. Cool. If I use movement, I can raise the roads by 1, and the track will look like a crossing. Yeah. Yeah, I might be talking quiet. I don't know. We'll see. Nice. So one of the things, this shipyard, and again, I'm looking a little later, it's just an enormous goddamn mess. What is this? Oh, I thought that was like the big gasometer. I just realized with the new Find It, you can sort by how often you've used stuff. Which is crazy, because it means you can see we have 2,000 earthquake shacks on the map. 2,500 earthquake shacks, which is nuts. And that doesn't even count the growable ones, I don't think. It might, but I don't know. Some fence props. Modular pier pieces. Interesting idea. Just do like a terraforming network and that. Very interesting to think about. Yeah, that's what that was. God, I love all these buildings. Probably don't need a house, but some sort of false front. I wish we had like a brick. Oh, brick retaining wall. That's good to know. Western pre-war. Yeah, like a little false front building like this, I feel like is not. Because there's like tiny, tiny, tiny little false front buildings. Okay, nothing titled false front. So was Oakland the home of the Pacific Fleet of the Navy before Hawaii? Not 100% sure. That's weird. Hey, my concurrent viewers, for some reason, it says 0. If you guys are here, can you comment something to make me see if I have 0 viewers, or... Am I talking to myself here? I don't know. Hi. Alright, people are here. Oh no, there we go. Now I have some concurrent viewers. Much better. Yeah, 0 viewers was very weird. It's like, I'm pretty sure I have some people here. Alright. it's time to crap this place up a little bit. So, my guess is all of you guys play City Skylines by now. It's been out for a while, and I'd imagine why most of you people are here. But if you don't, for whatever reason, or if you do but don't know this technique, big dirt decals like this are just easy mode for detailing. Like, that was nothing, and now it's detailed. We can use this one around the edges and things. Just easy mode. It does eat into your prop count some, but we've got some space to. So we've got some time before that's a huge issue. Not a ton. We have some time. Ugh, look at that. Ain't it a beauty? I like those. And I really like Avania's got some great ones that just kind of go, literally just like plop anywhere. Let me do it like this. And just like that, that went from like nothing to some detail. I love dirt decals. Can you remember? I don't know. This might be showing my City Skylines age, but the time before decals was rough. Truly rough. Truly rough. What's the map theme? I apologize. You guys aren't going to like this. It's a private thing. Unfortunately, it's an unreleased map theme that Bad Idea made a long time ago. And it's the best one I've ever used, but I don't know. He's been reluctant to release it, so it's been something I've used kind of all over the place for a long time. So I can use these guys to kind of match the dirt road, which is kind of cool. Kind of do it like that. You can really sort of blend the dirt colors and everything. Look at that. That just looks so good. Remember when Fluxburg was the peak TV? Me too. Man, I remember that. I remember the first, like, I still think that we all owe an enormous amount of credit for like the first realistic focus City Skylines series to like San Miniato and Arrowhead in particular. I think was just so influential for everybody. I think it really kind of almost stands alone in the sort of influence. Like, that was really kind of the beginning of the new era of City Skylines work where that was all happening. All right, so we're dealing with slopes, we're dealing with weird terrain, so it's going to become a little tricky to just spam decals. I think that will now let me avoid my can't build on water message that I don't really care about. Cool. So I'm just gonna, again, just like crapping up the ground here a little bit with some decals. And that's like substantially gonna be it. That's right, it's gonna take a second to load. I want some, wow, that's big. I'm gonna do a little bit of like sand texture. I wish I could which actually I can. Oh. Probably. I love the terraforming network. This is one of these things. I talked to Ronix about this a long time ago, and it was hilarious. I talked about like the stuff that I used of his the most, and it was like how successful, how everybody loved like the seafoam networks and the terraform. He's like, these are the easiest things to make. It's crazy. I spend, days and days and days on a vehicle or a building, and a handful of people use it, but like the lazy stuff, just everybody starts to use them. It's a little funny, a little sad. I kind of feel the same way. A lot of my most used assets are not not the things I'm most proud of anymore. That's for sure. Alright, so let's get these placed. I want to try to avoid Z fighting, but also avoid terrain clipping. So let's see if I can have it all. These not parallel. No, they're not. Oops. I'll fix that. Alright, that's gonna have some Z fighting, which means I can do just a little page down. And then I'm gonna need to do that for my node here. Yikes. Not perfect. That's okay. Yeah, this is in between two dry docks, so. What? I have anarchy on. What do you mean can't build on water? Give me a break. I hope this is not a fence shader. Oh, thank God. Alrighty. You know what? Not to get too proud of myself, but listening back to this soundtrack, which is all the music I've used for Presidio Bay so far, man, I've scored this thing well. It sounds really good. I'm super happy with how like listening back, it's all really good sounds. I think it's all evocative of the era and the mood that I'm going for. Ugh. Love it. I just love it. Sorry for tooting my own horn a little. Alright. I'm just gonna do that very slightly. Cool. So that's kind of capped off nicely. I think that looks good. And yeah, this is really starting to become something I can be very happy with. Okay, so they had a big water tower. This kind. Thank you, Eva. Oh, it's just like the mock-up. Or it's just the mock-up. What a weird way to say that. It's just like the photo. Let's get some flat cars. Let's get some Alta flat cars very specifically. Let's get these on the outside. Let's get the flat cars on the outside track. Let's get some box cars on the inside track. Not coast range. Not ventilated. Yeah, we got some Alta box cars. Not ventilated. Excellent. A floating barn lamp, where? That's probably intentional. I can do some better surface painting here, I think. Is that? Yeah, that'll be a little nicer in here, I think. Maybe ruined, actually. Oh, ruined looks really good here. I'll just use my... we'll stick with dirt there, and then we'll switch to ruined for this side. Yeah, this is looking nice. And then we'll go more ruined here. We'll kind of round it off. There we go. This is looking really good, I think. Go with the fence again. I always think fences are a really good sort of pretty quick and easy way to detail, which helps. You know, you gotta take it sometimes. Take the easy way. A floating barn lamp above the name. How did you guys see that? How? That's incredible. How'd you spot that? Huh, lumber. Planed timber. That's a big stack. These are big stacks. Oh, 20 steel wire tanks a little late. Just a Hercules. I've not seen the Hercules yet. I should take a look at it. I'm sure it's spectacular. I'm just gonna sneak some... That's right. Oh my goodness. All of these are going to be so perfect. Probably not that there, though. I forgot. I was literally looking around being like, man, I need all these tiny, weird little industrial buildings. And I'd completely forgotten that we have a bunch of tiny industrial buildings. Oh, and there's a long, thin... Yeah, this was a... I know this is a fruit packing warehouse, and maybe not the most perfect thing, but it fits, and it's in my source image, so it's gonna be in. I'm gonna include it. Give me nodes. This node, back it on up, give me my dirt road. First I want nodes, then I want roads. Now I want the node again. I'll actually just do this here. This fence isn't really going to keep anybody out, but it's detail. Sheds. Literally just like looking for all these kind of eclectic, weird little tiny ass buildings before, and they all exist. Because this whole shipyard seems to be just like full of little specialist buildings, and they're all painter compatible, right? They are. They're all reddish, but they're all painter compatible. What color? You can't be? Huh, industry stuff can't be painted. That's weird. You could probably be painted. Oh no, you're an industries thing. Ah, crap. Oh well. I guess I'll leave most of this stuff red. You can probably be darkened. Sure, you want to release the hotel? Yeah, feel free. Go for it. We're all ready for releasing almost everything so far. I think the only thing we're keeping secret for a little while longer is the stuff that I made and Vanya's piers, which will be coming pretty soon. All right. Rope piles? Oh my god. God, I could spend all day doing this. I really could. There's so much stuff. All these crates and they're so tiny though. Yeah, these crates are probably a little less realistic if I'm honest, but having a bunch of them that's a little easier to place is nice. Is there any detail I can go and steal from the ferry building area? There sure is. Oops, I do not want that. Maybe there isn't, because I do not want to be stealing other stuff. Lumber, that's got the bridge for boarding, my god. Alright, here. Not falling terrain, which means I can come and place it just here. And then delete these two. And now I have a nice floating set of kind of dock and shipyard props. So we'll have this guy kind of standing by, unloading the old boxcar. I'm just gonna use the same sets of props, just hopefully in areas. Those two are a little close to each other, but I don't think you can really notice. You're looking at them all from different angles. Cool. And that's really the shot I need, kind of coming this way through the pier, so I'm happy. Excellent, I'm very happy. Is the hotel in the save? The hotel is in the save. The burned one, though. Which is just amazing. Look at that. It's got interior. It's all burned out. It took them a little while to restore and fix it, so we'll be swapping in, I think, another episode or two. We'll be swapping the final one. Honestly, Feinbold, and this might be sort of crazy. After you made that, I began to consider that place. So I'm looking around. I got engaged a year or so ago, and it definitely coronavirus has affected plans. But I was looking for wedding venues, especially in and around San Francisco. And honestly, because you made the Fairmont so well, I really wanted to go to like look at it for a venue to get married. Because I just like spent so much time looking at the building, being like, wow, it's gorgeous. Love the natural curves of the rail network. Thank you. Wait, you're engaged? Yeah, I'm engaged. Grab the original big decal dirt. This, because that we can... don't snap, please. Decal. Can do that. Nice. All right. Shipyard looking good, I think. Real quick, I don't know if you guys could see that. Let me just send it over to Miles, see if I can get the seal of approval. Hopefully that'll come soon. The approval will come soon, that is. And we'll be good. That's the shipyard, which is looking mighty nice. Yeah, Brandon, that was a ton of fun. We should see if we can stream with Press another time, because that was a lot of fun. This is looking good. This is a big shipyard. You're building some boats. I have not spent enough time admiring the... There's another floating light. That time I saw it, guys. This time I saw the floating light. I've not spent enough time admiring the Hercules. What about... or the Cules. Eva, are you watching? Where's the her? On the Cules here. There's another barn light up there. And over there. What is happening? This side says Hercules. I think I know where I can find there. Yep. Look, you can barely see it. Alpha map. Gets hidden behind the main mesh. Very slightly. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. The SS Cules. Nah, it's... Look, at the end of the day, we play this game from here, and you can't see it, so it really doesn't matter. Any extra detail that you can't see from here is icing on the cake, gift style. And, like, look at this, it's got a propeller. This is the problem. I don't know why I was like, let's see if the propeller spins. Look at this, steam ferry. So here's one thing. This is a coal-powered steam ferry. What the heck? Okay, this part you can see. Eva, this part you can see. Down here, the texture atlas, just kind of under the waterline. That we might need a fix for, if you don't mind. But one thing that I love with these, yeah, it looks like there's like a weird plane sticking out back there, but you don't need it. I don't know how you made this boat, but these had to haul coal, and the more coal you hauled, the less tugboating you could do. So, in order to... God, sorry, I'm getting distracted looking at how nice this boat is. Can I get any closer to that? Are those alpha map cutouts, or is it just like a lot of beautiful subdivisions? I don't even know. It looks gorgeous. But you saw steam tugs and things, because the more coal you had to haul, the less tugboating you can do. They had these unbelievably beautiful, very hydrodynamic and even aerodynamic shapes with these nice curves and everything, especially later on. This is a bit of an early boat. But you saw some really complicated and advanced shapes on boats, on steam tugboats in particular. And then we developed diesel boats and gas ones, and then it didn't matter. So they just said, screw it. It can be whatever you need it to be. And they started making really cheap square head houses and things because, again, it didn't matter. It just looked ugly. And it really ruined the state of the art of tugboating. I don't know why anybody would care. But I think you can sort of see it here too. This is a very early ship design with the hull, with the bow pointing forward like that. It's the Olympia? Olympia? I don't know where it would say it. I'm pretty sure this is the Olympia. It's gorgeous. Great white fleet. Great white fleet, even. Alright. Let me check. Excellent. The shipyard has the seal of approval from Miles, which is what we're looking for. Cool! Thrilled. Alright. Let me save. I'm just gonna overwrite the save. I'm being very lazy. Alright. I think this is good. Alta yards need a little work, I think. This is how I did it here. So you can really tell how I shoot, like the meat car is still here, but I did the shot like this. So you can really see all that was detailed is kind of just what I had to. Meat car is very funny. So I'm probably gonna tackle the Alta yards. It's definitely very procrastinating of me. I should really do them now. That's an Alta car, just making sure. Whew. Trying to think. In any case, no matter what I decide to do, I'm going to do a quick commercial right now for the Presidio Bay Patreon. I wish I had a graphic or something set up, but I just realized that, like, since I'm in game, I can really show you what you can get if you subscribe to the Patreon. So, almost all of the assets we've asked people to make for us and we've commissioned have been released already. So you could already enjoy things like this, like Evangeline and Seabud's gorgeous houses. This is a Seabud. This is Evangeline. Look at they just so perfect together. It's just actually I think Eva, I apologize if this is also one of yours. I genuinely cannot tell anymore because they're all so nice. And there are just so damn many houses. I know you did the 1860s for us. I think this one on the right is Eva's as well, and then these are Seabud with the rounded bays. Look at that with the title graphic in the window. I'm pretty sure that's a Seabud thing. So nice. But you can already get those just on the workshop. But if you are a patron of Presidio Bay, you can download right now. Main thing accessories of roof shingles. Aha! Sure enough, these are Eva's. They're gorgeous. It's nice to have the... Look at this. This is just all like zoned. It's all perfect. But anyway, if you subscribe to the Presidio Bay Patreon, right now you have a bunch of trains. You have a full, an almost complete set of Model T cars to replace stuff with. We've got the sedans, we've got the pickup trucks, we've got, let's see if I can find one of the coupes somewhere. Hard to find. There's one. We've got the little coupe here, which is super cool, little two-door. We've got a complete set of service vehicles. So this is a garbage truck, street cleaning, Bureau of Street Cleaning. We've got police. They all have custom sounds, which you won't be able to hear because I haven't paused. But police patrol. We got police. We've got hearses. We've I'm sure I can find a hearse somewhere. Healthcare. Any ambulances driving around? Because they've got ambulances. We've got all of them. So you'll get an almost complete set of those, which is awesome. You will get all of our beautiful steam trains right now. And I'm working on the next steam train already. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh, that's right, of course. You are going to get the Interurban Cars and the trolleys and cable cars. So this is a trolley here based off of a cable car body, so a little earlier on the right here for Encinal traction. And then you'll get the brand new assets. They're just a couple weeks ago. The wooden 500 class Interurbans in 2 paint schemes, which is cool. The cable cars are amazing. If we go over to Santa Isidora, there'll be a better variety of actual cable cars for a whole bunch of different railroads. We've got the Presidio Street Railway. We've got this is a California Street or Costanoa Street cable car, the double-ended one, and they're awesome. So speaking of the Patreons, when's the next early video or asset planned? It'll be episode 3 is the next early thing. Which obviously I'm getting the last couple spots detailed for the video. All this stuff is new for the video. We got Adora Park. We got Quarry over Rock Ridge Cemetery. We got, this is a huge spoiler, we have the Claremont Inn, which is just spectacular up here. We're doing transit-oriented development here, people. The Claremont, come down the Key System route. We've got Adora Park, which turned out so nice. Come on down more. Comes through here and across towards downtown. It goes through the Key Route Inn, which we have. So cool. Lots of awesome assets. The Key System, we're really kind of... Is this? Should I show you that color? We're gonna kind of pull that down somewhat. It's very saturated. We've got that pretty soon coming up once I can find time. Now that we know how to do combined freight and passenger depots, I'm gonna finally release the Coast Range depots that we've been using. How do I have some tracks with catenary and some without? It's because I'm handy with the asset editor, really. The catenary stuff, which we'll see more of in the episode. This is all custom stuff I set up in the last couple days. These are custom catenary poles, custom wires. Of course, I pick one where the wire doesn't quite align properly with the pole like it's supposed to. That's better. Nope, that one's not good. I'm still working out. Networks are annoying. But we've got custom stuff here. It's a custom network that I set up with catenary. And then on the other side, where we have cable-powered stuff, we've got custom networks without the catenary and with cable car grooves / conduits set up. Time-traveling car here. Ooh, gone. Ugh. Man, sorry, I'm getting pretty tired today. Which I think might signal that it's time to sign off. We got the Moore shipyards done. This just needs to be hit with a bunch of decals in whatever the camera path I choose, which will probably feature them building the roundhouse here, which is really cool. Yeah. Neat. So, on account of me constantly yawning into the camera, I think that's it for me for tonight. I'll hold on for just a quick second if anybody has any last questions or anything before I go, because it's looking good. I'll even let it play. I'll try to get some stuff happening with these vehicles. These cars are gonna be waiting for such a long time. Just can't cross the Coast Range main line like that. We're getting close. We should have the episode Unfortunately, I've been hoping like, yeah, sure, it'll be done this week for several weeks now. But we'll see. One other thing, you can see the FPS in this has actually gotten pretty good, which is exciting. Are you planning to make the Agnew State Hospital? I don't actually know very specifically. I'll have to look it up. We haven't done too much South Bay stuff yet. Agnew's is here, so we'll see. I actually made very specifically, this is the Agnew's train depot, which still exists. I have it backwards. It's the wrong way. The wrong side is facing the train tracks, so I need to fix that. But this is the Agnew's depot. Agnew's is on the map. I'd imagine we'll be doing the hospital at some point. Anyway, back to stuff that looks a little better. When the time comes, we're going to put in the region's Major League Baseball stadiums. We sure are. Right down like Jingletown and everything. We'll have the Coliseum. We'll have Candlestick Park, Windlestick out here. Not quite sure we'll get to all the stadiums and things. Absolutely, we're going to have the do some fill and put the baseball park in, which will be nice. Chase Center, maybe. It just depends. A lot of the stuff will be what we have space for. And like big things, obviously, like, you know, the baseball stadiums and things were very important. And the big section of redevelopment around the Coliseum, I think, is pretty critical. And it's a little compressed again, but when it's an important piece of development history, it'll actually exist. Khazar before Candlestick. I'll have to look it up. We'll see. It also depends on what assets we have. Baseball stadiums in particular kind of suck. So cool to see the ferries chugging around. It really is. All of them. Like just, you know, ignore the fact that it clips. There's nothing we can do about that, but look at him go. Saratoga hometown. Hey, I'm from Los Gatos. Well, my family lives in Los Gatos now. I'm from New York at the moment, but Saratoga and Los Gatos actually get combined in this map. They're not going to be their own separate towns, but they're very similar anyway. That's another asset we're going to have pretty soon, the Los Gatos High School, where I went, which we're going to have to model out, which will be kind of fun. So anyway, that's me for tonight. I'm tired. So thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for being a part of the stream. That guy needs to call Ghostbusters, I guess. Thanks for helping me stay focused and get the more shipyards looking. Ready for this? Ship shape. That's right. Crap, I was hoping to end on that, but I got a question. Any plans for releasing the map as a Patreon exclusive thing? I'm tugging at my collar, you can't see. The map uses so many private assets and custom assets and things loaded in privately versus workshop and everything that we can't really release the map. The base map we might be able to release. I need to talk to Miles about that, because the base map doesn't really need that many mods and things, but so much of this stuff, so many of the assets that we've built have been, you know, this is a good example. Oh god, excuse me. Oh no. Damn, I'm getting very tired. I think this is a local version of NAR that we were using pre-release. It's a local version of the Sawmill assets. We've got local versions of all my assets. We've got a local version of the Fairmont, of the ferry building, I think. A local version of the Call building. It's just local assets all the way down for all the stuff that we're using pre-release. So I don't think we can release it in its current like viewable state at all without having to include, you know, all of these zone buildings now are like, you can get the buildings on the workshop, but the actual pieced together things would either have to be loaded in with so many dependencies or just can't really be released. So we're looking at ways to get you the base map, but it does not look like the finished map for people to get to play and will be able to be released. So that's just kind of how it is, unfortunately. So anyway, somebody actually inspired by the series back before episode 1 made their own version of the base map that is also a condensed San Francisco Bay. They did some different ones, different choices. I think their Oakland's a lot smaller. I think they push things over Theirs is very cool because it includes more like Presidio Bay and things up north, which is really neat. They kind of wrapped it around this way, which is very cool. So definitely take a look at that. I forget what it's called. We'll see. Anyway. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with this nice shot straight up. I think this is Broadway. I think this is Oakland Broadway. I'm always confused because San Pedro is the angled one. Broadway is the straight one. And of course, Broadway in New York is the angled one. So it's very confusing for me as a New Yorker to have to deal with Broadway being the straight road. Is this Broadway? Christ, I don't know. Anyway, with that, I'm going to bed. It's only 9:45, but I'm tired as hell. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. It was a lot of fun streaming this. I want to try to stream Presidio Bay more often. Maybe even tomorrow morning as I try to quickly get the Alta yard looking good. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.